If you know and love Mrs. Benson's chocolate chip cookies, then you'll love these chocolate chip brownies made from a Mrs. Benson recipe that is an alteration from a Baker's Square box recipe. You'll need the following: a cup, a spoon, a bowl, 4 squares of Bakers Unsweetened chocolate, 1½ sticks of real butter, margarine doesn't do, 3 organic eggs, you can use regular but we use organic, vanilla, imitation vanilla, sugar, flour, and chocolate chips. But we've got something special: dark chocolate mint chips. The first step into making these delicious brownies is to put the chocolate and butter into the microwave. But we put the chocolate in first, separate from the butter, because it is more dense. Now, we put it in the microwave for about 1 minute. Now that the chocolate has been in for a minute, I'm going to add the butter and put that in for a minute. And now, while that's microwaving, I'm going to take out my Pyrex 13x9 pan. I'm also going to lightly grease the pan with cooking spray. This doesn't look quite melted, but I'm still going to stir it around and then put it back in for a little bit longer. Now I put this in for an additional 45 seconds to see if it was actually ready. It has to be at a smooth consistency. And even after 45 seconds, it still isn't completely smooth. I think I'm going to give it another 45. Perfectly smooth. Now we're going to add our 2 cups of sugar.
Bill, let's talk about the measure. We just heard earlier in the show Admiral Mullen saying his orders are clear. Protect the civilians, don't overthrow Gaddafi. That's not the point. Is that a mistake? Can we live with Gaddafi in any sort of power?
After mixing in the sugar, we're going to add in our eggs and vanilla. From what I saw on NewEnglandRecipes.com, the first brownie recipe was created in 1893 at the Palmer House in Chicago during the World's Columbian Expedition. A woman at the Palmer House has requested during that time that the chef make a dessert that's easier to eat than a piece of pie, yet smaller than a piece of cake. Now that we have added in our eggs and vanilla, we are going to add in our flour.
Pivot a little bit on this. There's been a lot of criticism of the president this week that he has failed to show leadership on Libya or Japan or even...
After mixing our flour, it will be time for the last ingredient, our chocolate chips. You can also add nuts into this recipe. However, we've never put nuts in our recipe because the chocolate chips are more than enough. The best thing about this recipe is that it's simple. You don't need an electric hand mixer or a bunch of ingredients like baking powder or other things like baking soda or something. You only need simple ingredients like sugar, flour, chocolate squares, and chocolate chips, and vanilla. Now that the chocolate chips are mixed in, it is time to put our brownies in our prepared Pyrex pan. You can use a rubber scraper once you've gotten all the main stuff out to get the rest of it in, because sometimes it won't just all go in at the same time with everything else.
And mobile access, all included when you subscribe now. Call 888-WSJ3. The best in business news, world news, and politics. And now, find even more about what's important to you. Call 888-WSJ3.
Now that the brownies are in the pan, we're going to put it in the oven for 30 minutes. In this time, after cleaning up obviously, you can watch TV or play video games, just as long as you don't go too far. If you need to, you can set the timer to your oven, but we really don't, we just figure it. Now that the 30 minutes are up, it's time to take out our brownies. And there you have it. Now you know how to make some authentic Mrs. Benson style chocolate chip brownies.